help you make better informed decisions, and likewise implement a more efficient business process. So why not get on board with Oracle Business Intelligence now? Click on the link below to get more details on our offerings.
Yeah, let's start. Oh yeah.
And welcome. My name is Neil Muruga, and I'm super excited. Do you want to be able to create those wow Oracle Business Intelligence reports with the right people at the right time? Then get on board Oracle Business Intelligence. Oracle Business Intelligence is an enterprise application that you can use to develop those beautiful interactive dashboards, automate your office processes, create those beautiful ad hoc queries, create notification alerts that will be dropped on your emails and your mobile devices. Also, you can create your scorecard and KPI strategy. Oracle Business Intelligence is unique because you can collect up-to-date data about your organization and present this data in an easy-to-understand format. You can deliver this data in a timely fashion to the employees in your organization. Oracle Business Intelligence also help you make better informed decisions and likewise implement a more efficient business process. So why not get on board with Oracle Business Intelligence now? Click on the link below to get more details on our offerings. Hello.
Hello, and welcome to today's class. I don't know how many of us are here. You are welcome to today's training. Yeah, so happy, so excited to be here once again. How many of us can hear me? If you can hear me, say yes in the comment section. Let me know and feel that you can hear me, that I'm not talking to myself. Let me know. Let me know. Yes, in the comment section if you can hear me. Good. Yes, I've seen that Musa can hear me. Is he the only one hearing me? Who else can hear me? Who else can hear me? Sharply. Let me know. All right. Good. Okay, I want you to do me another favor. Share it on your WhatsApp group. Share it everywhere you can share. Just share it. Share it. And the last thing I want you to do before we start, I want you to mute yourself. We want a quiet class today. I want you all to mute yourself. I don't want your baby crying. I don't want noise or you are in the traffic. Just mute yourself and watch. It's going to be very, very interesting. So I want you to share it on your WhatsApp, share it on your Facebook, share it. Anybody that shares is getting iPhone 12 casing. Share it. All right, all right. So we are good to go. So today we are moving ahead. We are moving ahead in the series of the training, you know, and we are taking it a step further. Sorry about yesterday. We cut it short, you know, unexpected. But today we are fully ready. We are ready to deliver, ready to fire. All right, all right. So my name is Larry, and I'm the facilitator for today's class. My other colleague will join me soon to take over from where I stop. All right, so are we ready to go? Or we should wait for others to join? Because we are ready to go. Are we ready to go? Let me know, just say yes or no. So today is going to be very interesting, talking about various things, you know, various tools. We'll be talking about tools and tools. So please, I want us to mute ourselves. I want us to mute ourselves before as we continue. Mute yourself, please. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. Very, very important. So that we don't disturb, we don't distract, we don't, you know, let's just mute ourselves as we continue. So today, we are still on the data science journey. Can you believe it? We are still on that journey, giving you insight on the path you should follow if you want to, not only to be a data scientist, even if you want to start applying it in your workplace, even if you want to learn it to get a job, even if you want to apply it in your workplace in a way you can pitch it to your organization or your management or your decision makers that, sir, we have I've seen a tool that I know that can help us in this area, making better decision, bringing about insight, you know. So we that is what data science is all about. So today we're going to focus on two very, very important tools. They are Excel and Python, a tool for data analysis. Excel and Python. Python, not the snake, but Python as a programming language. All right. So what is Excel? Excel, please, I want us to mute ourselves. I want us to mute. Please kindly mute yourself. Just click the mute button. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for muting yourself. All right. So we're going to talk about Excel and all the details about Excel. All right. So we all know Excel. Let me just open it. This is Excel. We've seen it in the course of our journey. We've learned it. We've used it. This is Excel. It contains rows and columns and different menus. So Excel it's a spreadsheet. It's an application and it's a spreadsheet. And it holds data in points, just like you can see on the Excel sheet here. It holds data in points. So every point has a reference in the sense that it's this point that I am on right now is B3. That means you can count what row number is it. 1, 2, 3. This one is K4, like that, like that. So it holds data in data points. All right, but why do we use Excel? Excel is good for anything computation. So if you want to compute, if you want to automate process, if you want to automate equations, if you want to automate formulas, if you want to have invoice, you can use it to do all sorts. I've even seen somebody that I've used it to design a card. I was doing my NYC year. I saw the card. I said, wow, this is fantastic. We can go on and tell you all the things Excel we can do. You know, you can even connect it to a database, so it drops the record in your database. It's very powerful and robust, and it's been around for quite a while, you know. And Microsoft are the vendors, are the technology, are the brain behind Excel. And over the years, they've improved. I know there was Excel 2000, Office 2000, then Office 2012, there've been different versions, you know, 2007 and up to 2020. All right. So why is Excel so important? Why is it so important? There's hardly any organization that they don't have one form of record that they store. And there's no hardly any department in that organization, like accounting department, the finance department, that don't use one form of spreadsheet or the other to analyze, to present their reports. So it's easy to use. That's one thing about Excel. It is easy to use and easy to do calculations. You know, I was talking about calculations and function can be applied. You can apply it to any field you are, whether you're in accounting, whether you are in marketing, in engineering. You can use it to do simulations, you know, simulate particular task, simulate any process, you know, all about putting the numbers there and putting your formulas. And Excel can give you good insight, give you actionable insight. That's one thing about Excel. When it comes to analysis, it can give you that. You know, when it comes to analysis, you can use it to predict market trends, because it's not only for invoice that you all know, but it can be used for analysis. Because in the next slide, you're going to see some of the powerful analysis Excel can do. You'll be surprised. The dashboard, you know, you can use it to help in revenue pattern analysis. These are the functions that I wrote here that pertains to data analysis. Excel can do much more than all I've written here, but when it comes to analyzing data, Excel is good on this function. And this is a typical visualization that Excel can design for you. This is a typical, this one. Please, can I want you to mute yourself? Please kindly mute yourself so that we don't disturb. Kindly mute yourself. So this is a powerful visualization. I'm sure a lot of us like this visualization, right? It contains of pivot tables, contains of different visualization elements, you know. So with Excel, you can achieve all this and much more. This is like a dashboard, you know. So another tool we're going to talk about today is Python. We'll go into the practicals after this this brief introduction. Is Python. Python is a programming language. So I'm sure a lot of us might be hearing Python, but Python, when it comes to programming languages that are very easy to learn, Python is one of them. And when it comes to why it is important, why it is relevant, is because of easy to understand, easy to write the codes. The codes looks more like English words you are familiar with in English. Some of the code and syntax. It's scalable, you know, it supports different libraries and it's object-oriented. Most programming languages are object-oriented. And this one, apart from data science, usually for data science, you can use it for web applications. You can use it to program robotics. You can use it, you know, to program, you know, GUI interface. You can use it to build desktop applications. You'll be surprised. Companies like Google, they still use Python. I don't know how many of us have heard of Google Drive. It was built with some elements of Python. You know how powerful Google Drive is. You know, when you are attaching a mail in your Gmail, and it's more than 25 megabytes, it shifts to your Google Drive. That Google Drive that is stored is built with Python, some elements of Python. So Python is open source. So it means there's a lot of people contributing to the development. Right now we have version 3.7 point something, if I'm right. So it means it has grown from version 1 point something to 3.7. So there are a lot of developers contributing to the libraries, contributing to the functions and the development overall. And with Python, you can never be stuck. When it comes to data analysis, Python and R are what you should learn. And I will encourage you to take it serious if you want to go in that field. You cannot be a data scientist without learning programming. That's one thing. You can be an analyst, but if you want to be the scientist that is able to do all these things I wrote here, you need some forms of programming, because Excel may not be able to do all those things for you at times. Excel may not be able to carry out all those things for you at times. But when you are implement programming, it makes it automated. So Python and data science. Python and data science. Python is easy to use. Python is flexible. Build better analytics tools with it. Community base is top notch. When it comes to deep learning, deep learning, Python has some powerful libraries, that I'm sure the next, my colleague will tell you more about the machine learning aspect in the course of this class. And this is a simple visualization that using Python, matplotlib, a library in Python that you can build. So I don't want to take much of our time. I'm going to, so I wrote here, today I designed these steps. I feel a lot of us might be wondering, okay, where do I start from? What do I, where can I start from? We've been saying a lot since Monday, isn't it? You'll be wondering, where can I start from? Where can I start from? What can I do? Where can I start from? So what I've done here is not all the skills, but I've grouped them into categories. A lot of us may not be familiar with programming right now, or we just learned it in school and we've dropped it in school. But I believe for you to work in this field, or to apply it, or to recommend it in your organization, this is the category. So let's take it one by one. Skills to build, data fundamental skills. So when it comes to data fundamental skills, the tools I feel you need to learn to be able to achieve these skills is you need to learn data modeling. You need to learn SQL. You need to learn database fundamentals. And this, I believe, can take you 4 weeks if you are really serious with it. Data modeling is about creating tables in your database, because sometimes you have your record in database. How do you put your record in a database? How do you link the tables together? Then the SQL, that is data modeling. Then the SQL is how do you retrieve information from your database? How do you query and receive reports? How do you filter the reports in the database to get the particular one you want? Let's say you want to get customers that subscribed in the month of February. How do you issue that command to the database to fetch it out? That is where you need SQL, and that is where you need to learn it. SQL fundamental, very right. Database, how do you manage a database? How do you secure a database? You need to know all this. And I think this can take you forward. Another aspect I feel you should learn is working with data without database. That is when you learn tools like Excel. Excel is not a database. It's just a spreadsheet. Power BI, Tableau, Qlik, Oracle Business Intelligence. These are powerful reporting tools that I feel you should learn. These two, they achieve, all these ones I've listed here, they achieve the same thing. So it's not necessary you learn everything, but at least if you can master one, you are good to go. Then working with data for analysis, I wrote analysis 2. That is when you want to go deeper. You need to learn programming for that. You need to learn either R or Python. There's no going, no time to start saying, no, I don't want to really practice data analysis, and you want to use programming. These are the 2 languages we recommend. So depending on your programming skills, this will kindly mute yourself, please. Mute. All right. So this will take you, depending on your skills, this is 4 to 6 weeks. Learn with us. And working with data for machine learning, these are the tools you need to familiarize yourself. It's not compulsory you know all these things, because it can take you a long time. So another thing is, it's not compulsory also that you do a pro before you start using those tools. Make mistakes, learn. Please mute yourself as you come in. Kindly mute yourself, please. Thank you. And this will depending on your programming awareness and interest, it can take you 2 months when you learn with us. If you have any question, you can send your question to the chat, and after we do the hands-on today, I will address your question. So I will come back to this slide. I think I need to make that person that. All right, so after this session, I'm going to come back to this slide when my colleague, Mr. Tolulope, will take the hands-on. So I'm going to hand over to him. I hope he can hear me. Can you hear me? I'm going to hand over to him and allow him to continue.
Yes, I'm here.
Proceeding. Thank you very much. You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm going to make you the host now.
All right. Thank you.
All right. You can share your screen.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tolulope Toluwade, and I hope you can hear me.
Yes, they can hear you.
Okay, that's fine.
But you need to share your screen.
All right, I will do that now. So my name is Tolulope Toluwade. I'm one of the facilitators for this webinar, and I'm into data science as well, with proficiency in Python, machine learning with Python. And I also use tools such as Microsoft Excel, Tableau, Power BI for data visualizations. So basically this evening, I'm going to share with you, I'll just go through some practicals with you in Excel, and I'm going to start with Excel and Python. I'm going to start with Excel with you. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, can you type yes in the comment section, please? If you can see my screen, if you can see my screen, can you please type yes in the comment section? Hello, I hope you can hear me. Okay. If you can see my screen, can you please type yes? Okay, I think we have. Okay. Just a minute. All right, so this is how a typical Excel sheet looks like. This is how a typical Excel sheet looks like. Okay. And I'm sure you are not, I mean, you are all familiar with this, the Excel sheet. Excel is just one of the tools for data analysis, you know, and it's a spreadsheet for organizing data. It's a spreadsheet for organizing data, and all right. So I'm going to show you some tricks in Excel. You know, I'll take about 20 minutes with Excel. I'll show you some tricks about, you know, data analysis that Excel can do. Okay. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to share about just in about 20 minutes, about 6 topics with you. The first thing I will show you is how to create formulas in Excel. This is a typical Excel table. Okay, I want to assume that everyone knows how. I mean, you understand the structure of the sheet. Okay, you understand this is the home tab. These are the tabs. This is the ribbon. We have different sheets. This the each one. This is the column. A, B, C, D is the column. Then these are the rows. 1, 2. I hope you understand that. Okay, so now So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how to create formulas. For example, if you want to create the add formula, this is a table, data for 3 warehouses, okay, with different products. Okay, this product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4, product 5, product 6. The quantity of each product, this is the quantity of this XP100 in warehouse 1 and all that. You understand that? So if we want to add for example, the product XP100 in all the warehouses, you want to add them together. The first thing, if you want to write a formula in Excel, you start with the equal sign. Okay, you start with the equal sign and you write sum. Okay, the moment you write sum, now Excel will bring a drop-down list for you. Just double-click on that sum. Okay, then a bracket will be opened. So what you are going to do, you will click on this first cell, okay, up to the third cell, and you stop. Then you close the bracket. If you don't close the bracket, you're going to get an error. Close the bracket, click on enter. Okay, it has automatically added everything for you. Okay, now if you can get what I just did, can you type yes? I want to be sure you're following me. If you get what I just did, can you type yes in the chat button, chat section? If you get what I did, can you just type yes? All right, that's fine. So let's continue. So another interesting thing is this. Sometimes when you have data, you want to update your data. Okay? I want to show you one very powerful thing about this sum formula. If I want to update this data, if I have more warehouses now, okay, I have more warehouses. Probably I have another warehouse called warehouse 4. I have another warehouse 5, and they all have some quantities of this XP11, XP100 rather. Okay, and I add that for warehouse 4. Did you notice what happened? If I had for warehouse 5 also, did you notice that this formula is changing, is updating as well? Did you notice that? Okay, that's the essence of formula. When you use the formula, it's like you have automated this column. Okay, you have automated this column such that anything you put there, it will automatically update it. That's why that's what they use in offices. They use that in schools, in corporate organizations. When they have data and they want to update it and they want to know the total sum and all that. I hope you understand. Okay, if you understand, just type "I do" in the comment section, in the chat section. Just type "I do." Okay, like I do like. All right, thank you. Okay, now let's move on to another interesting topic. We're going to talk about data validation. Now, it's very interesting. This is very interesting. Sometimes in Excel, you want to restrict users. If you want to restrict users from, okay, people are still typing "I do." Thank you. All right. So if you want to restrict users from typing just any type of data in the cells, there is something you can do about that. And that is known as data validation. For example, let me put another column here. Let me say, let's put that column and say, let's say, okay, sorry, you have, okay, don't let me, that's too, need more money. Okay, I'm adding another column titled "Need More Money." Okay, so now if I want the users to give me a response, a yes or no response, okay, specific responses, then I will restrict the users from typing just any value in that. Now, there's something called data validation that I'm going to use. I'll go to the data tab, okay? When I go to the data tab, there's this under the data tools subgroup. You know, each tab has different subgroup, okay? You know, because of time, I won't be able to run through all these basics of Excel for you. So we have different subgroups. We have get external connections, sort and filter, and all that. So under the data tab in the data tools subgroup, discuss subgroup, you see an icon known as data validation. Just click on it. Okay, when you click on it, a drop-down list appears. You click on data validation. When you click on data validation, okay, now there are 3 tabs in that data validation box. So you go to the first tab, settings. Now you see validations. We want to validation criteria. You want to tell the users what to put there. Okay. So do you want them to put any value? No. So click on this drop down, and you'll see a list of items here. Click on list, because I want the users to choose either either yes or no. Okay. So this one is grayed out data, so you don't need to touch it. So the source, under the source, you type yes, then you type comma no. Okay. All right, let's go on. I'm sure you get this. If you practice this, you're going to get it. Then you go to the second tab called impute message. Now, this one is the message that's going to appear if they hover their cursor under cell. You're going to see everything. Now, show impute message when cell is selected. Okay, it has been checked already. So that's what this tab is all about. Do you want to give it a title? Okay, choose one. Impute message. What message do you want? Let's say choose 1, 2. Okay, so let's go to the third tab, error alert. If a user types in any data apart from the one we have highlighted here, yes or no, if any user types any data apart from yes or no, this error alert will come up. Okay, and what do you want the user to know? You tell the user the title, choose 1 from the list. Okay, you can copy that and paste that as error message as well. Then click on OK. Now, can you see? Can you see this? Choose 1 already is telling the users what to do here. So can you see there's a drop down, there's an arrow here. So click on that arrow. Can you see? Yes or no? Yes or no? So the user cannot put any other value apart from these values, yes or no value. So for example, if I type 100 and I click enter, what's going to happen? Okay, choose 1 from the list. Did you see that? That was exactly what I typed in the error tab. So cancel. Yes. Okay. Now I want to do the same thing for all the cells here, and it is only this cell that has it. What do you think there? Does anyone know what they think I should do? I want this class to be very interactive. I know there are probably some Excel gurus here. What do you think I should do here? Can you type it or in the chat section? What do you think I should do? I want these cells, these cells, these 4 cells down. I want it to have this type of this feature of this data validation feature. So what do you think I should do? Does anybody know? If you know, just type it in the chat section. If you know what I should do, then just type it in chat section. Okay, let me just go ahead. Now, have you heard of the word autofill before? Autofill is a feature in Excel that allows you to fill other empty cells with the same value in a particular empty cell. I mean, in a particular cell that you have chosen. For example, if I want all these 4 cells down, I want them to have the same data validation. I don't want to, go to, if I want to do the same thing for each cell down here, I don't want to do the, go through the stress of, going to data tab, going to data validation, imputing. I don't want to go through that stress. So what do I need to do? I'll use a formula or a feature called autofill. So what the way you use autofill is this. I'm going to, populate all these down parts with this same feature. So how to do that, I would just hover my cursor around this cell until it reaches the bottom right corner, and a cross symbol appears. Did you see that? Now let's see, a thin cross, rather, this is a cross symbol too, but a thin cross symbol. Can you see? There's a thin cross symbol that appears at the bottom? Can you see that thin cross bottom? I mean, that appears. If you can see, type yes, I can in the chat section. I want to carry everyone along. Okay, just one person. Is there only one person that that saw that? Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, so you hover your cursor to the bottom right until a cross section appears. No, that now can you see a thin cross section? I mean, sorry, a thin cross symbol rather. Then you drag. Now you hold your if you're using laptop, you hold your left click, not right click now. You hold it down and you drag. Can you see how I'm dragging it? So each of the cell has that feature. You can now change it. Okay. You can now, choose no, choose. Who doesn't want more money? Everything should be yes, but some people may not need more money, but I need more money anyway. All right, so that's how to do that. If you understand this, can you type I understand in the chat section? Then we move to another topic. You understand that? If you understand, say I understand. Okay, I'm doing this because I want everybody to, I want everybody to be carried along. Okay, there are 3 people. 1, 2, 3. 3 people understand. Okay, I'm waiting for the rest. Only 3 people indicated they understand here. All right. Okay. So let's move ahead. Now, you see, it's very interesting. You probably have seen this somewhere. You've seen this in maybe on someone's Excel sheet, and you wonder how they did it. So this is exactly how it is done. Okay. So you can do, if you want to create a list of items and you want your user to select from a list of items, data validation is what you use. All right, let's go to another topic. So these are things that will help data analysis. Okay, it will enhance data analysis. It will help you to analyze your data better. We're analyzing data like this. I hope you know. Okay, there are so many. Okay, so let me talk about another type of data analysis feature in Excel, free panes. Freeze panes. Freeze panes. Okay. What does that mean? Let me go to I'm sorry, sorry you don't have this data, but just follow along as I'm doing this. Okay. Thank you. I'm looking for a large amount of data. Okay, I think this is large, a bit, not too much. All right, so look at this data. It has how many? It has about 38 entries. No, about 37 entries. That's about 37 entries. Okay, I'm looking for a data that has about let's say 100 entries or something. Just a minute. Last time entry list. So that you can really appreciate. Okay, it's almost the same. Okay, let's use that. Let's use it like that. You still understand. You still understand the concept. So freeze pane, what does that mean? Freeze panes. Okay, it's interesting. Recently, I did a data consultation for a multinational some weeks ago. So I did it in Lagos. I went to some health facilities and I collected some data on some health data. Okay, so now as we're doing the analysis, so we're asked to do analysis and all that. So as we're doing the analysis, we're going back and forth. Okay, we're going down. We'll go up again to look for values. We look for people's excuse me, hospital number. You understand? And so we're going up and down, up and down. But there was an issue. Some of my friends had that issue, and I helped them. I worked as part of a team. Our team was we were 8 people that worked in Lagos. So some of my colleagues had issues, using Excel, Microsoft Excel. So I assisted them because of my level of knowledge in Excel. So, we're going back and forth, down and up. And that created an issue because we needed to keep this uppermost column. We needed to know what is there. So it could help us to choose the data we want. Do you understand what I just said? For example, I don't. Well, I'll have shown you the data, but okay, let's just go ahead. Okay, that data is confidential, so sorry about that. So, but let's go ahead, and so we needed to keep this uppermost part of the column open. We needed to keep it frozen, okay, such that if we scroll down, we'll still be seeing the uppermost column. We know which one is, because sometimes if you scroll down, and you have a lot of data, you might forget, okay, which one is which? Is this first name? Is this last name? Okay, let me go up again. You understand? So in order to avoid that, you will have to, there's a feature in Excel that will freeze this uppermost column, such that if you are going down, scrolling down, you'll still be seeing the upper column. I'm going to show you how to do that in a jiffy. So you go to the view tab. Sorry, go to the view tab. Okay, so that's it. In the Zoom subgroup, sorry, in the not the Zoom subgroup, in the Windows subgroup rather, in the Windows subgroup, this is the freeze pane. It's going to freeze this uppermost column such that if you scroll down, you'll still be seeing. You will know which column you are if you are looking for any data. You understand? So how do you do that? You put your cursor just immediately underneath that column, this uppermost column. Can you see? You put your cursor here. Okay. Then you go to the freeze panes. You click on it. A drop down appears. Then you can see 3 types of. You can see a list: freeze panes, freeze top row, freeze first column. So just click on freeze pane. Okay. When you click on it, you notice a tiny line has been created. Can you see that? So if you scroll down, can you see? You can still see your column, your uppermost column. Because sometimes you will have thousands of data, like the data I worked with some weeks ago. We had thousands of data. So it was not possible for us to be, in order to know the column we are, for us to be scrolling up and down, we had to freeze the panes, freeze the uppermost column, so that when we are going back and forth, we'll be able to, we'll know the column where we are extracting our data. Do you understand? If you understand, say I do in the chat section. Please say I do. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Do you understand? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Say I do. I do. I'm not conducting a wedding ceremony anyway, because that I do is peculiar to. All right. You know. Okay. So you understand. All right. That's good. So let's move. Excel is so easy, and you know, but you just have to be dedicated. These are things that I mean, apart from facilitating trainings with Larry, I do multinational contract. I consult for multinationals, and these are the skills they need you to have. Once you have these skills, and you can prove it to them on your CV that you have these skills, you get a job. I mean, I've worked with a number of multinationals, DevTech in Abuja. We've worked on United States Agency for International Development Project. We've worked with Global Fund. We've worked with Global Fund Project. Global Fund is owned by Bill Gates and all that. So, these are the skills that can, get you in the game. And you need to be proficient. In order to be proficient, then you must keep practicing. All right, let's go on. The last thing I'm going to talk about, I think initially I said 6, but let's limit to 5 because I'm still going to teach you Python. I'm going to take about another 15 to 20 minutes teaching Python. Okay, so let's go to another type. Let's go to conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is another interesting stuff in Excel. Let me look for a data to conditionally format. Okay, I'll just use this also. I'll use this data. All right. So conditional formatting is, from the word condition, it means you will set a condition for Excel to obey. Okay, for example, if, maybe in your workplace, or, you go for a contract, or or maybe even an interview, and they ask you to highlight all the values that are lower than 100. How do you do that? For example, if you have thousands of entries here, you can't be doing it one after the other. You get weird out. So there's a feature known as conditional formatting that you're going to use. So let's say you can use that conditional formatting for so many things. Okay. So let's say I want to highlight cells that are lower than 100. I want to know them. I want to highlight them. So what do? I'll go to the home button. I'll go to the styles section. So yes, styles section or style subgroup. Okay. Remember I told you each tab has different subgroups. This is the clipboard subgroup. This is the font subgroup. This is where you do most of your editing. Okay. If you want to edit your data, you want to clean your data, this is where you do most of it. This is alignment subgroup. This merge and center, and all that. This number subgroup, you want to change your number to probably currencies. This is where you do it. And this conditional formatting, okay, in the styles subgroup. All right, so how do you do that? Remember, I will, my students, I always tell them, if you want to do anything in any table, always highlight that table. Very important. Because if I just click outside this table and I click on conditional format, it's not going to understand that I want to format this table because I've clicked outside the table. So click inside the table and click on Control A. So it's going to select the whole table for you. Okay, so go to conditional formatting, click down, go to, there's a drop down list. We have highlight cell rules, we have top bottom rules, we have data bars, color scales, icons, blah, 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 blah. You can set a new rule for yourself too, but we won't go there today. So highlight cell rules. We'll go to highlight cell rules. We want to highlight, remember we said we want to highlight cells that are less than 100. So another drop down is here. You now click on less than. Click on less than. Okay. So we have this little box open here. Now this one says format cells that are less than. Let's click on 100. Okay. So less than 100. What do you want to highlight? What color do you want? Do you want light red fill, or click down? Choose anyone you want. So let's say green. So click on green. Oh, sorry. Let's do that again. So 100. Let's green. Then click OK. Now, did you see that? It has highlighted cells that are less than 100. That's so easy. In it. A British man will say in it. That's so easy, right? So that is that. If you understand, say, I understand. If you understand, say, you can say yes or I understand. Just type it in the chat, because I have to be sure that you are all carried along. Don't be tired of typing yes, okay? Good. Because, you know, we are not just all right. We're not just interested in, just training and, really want you to understand it. That's the joy of every teacher, isn't it? Okay, so that's all about Excel for today. There's so much, this is just an introduction to Excel to show you how powerful Excel is, how, effective Excel is for data analysis. Okay, there are so many things to cover in Excel. Larry was talking about dashboards the other time. That's another powerful feature Excel. We can't do that now. it's a whole, it's going to take a lot of time. But anyway, like I said, it's just introduction to Excel. Does anyone have any question or anything to say on the topics we've talked about before we move to Python? If you have any question or anything, just type it in the chat button, chat section for the next 1 to 2 minutes. Any question, anything? Okay, so nobody has a question. Okay, I think I can see someone. Give example of the, okay. Okay. Okay, I have about 3 questions here. Okay. Okay. Good. I like that question. Okay, let's treat the first question. Please give example of data validation. Habib, did you see when I did that data validation? Or I don't understand the question. Do you mean I should go over it again? Habib, is that your question? Okay, I should go over it again, Habib. Okay. Okay, let me just quickly run through the data validation again in just a few minutes. Then I'll attend to the other questions. The data validation, like I said, is for you to restrict users from typing just any data in your cells. If you want to do that, you go to the data tab. Then you come to the data tools subgroup. you see the data validation icon. Click on it, then go to data validation. Okay. When you go to the data validation, there are 3 tabs there. Settings, input message, error alert. This settings has 3 other items to be filled. The first one says allow. What do you want to allow? Okay. Do you want the user to type any value? No. Do you want the user to type whole number? No. Decimal? No. You want them to have a list because you want them to choose between yes and no. So that's why we chose list. The second one is grayed out, so you can't do anything on it. Then the third one is the source. What are the values you want to put in that cell? You type it, yes, comma, no. Then input message. What message do you want? That's the second tab. What message do you want to show when your users hover their cursor around that cell? We said choose one, and that's why you can see choose one here. Can you see? Okay. So the error alert, if your user type any value that is not indicated in the value, if they type any value that is apart, that is different from yes and no, it's going to give them error alert. It will alert them and tell them to type in the correct value. That's why we clicked on this. I mean, we wrote this, choose one from the list. We wrote the same thing here. And we clicked on OK. Do you understand? Do you understand now, Habib? And that's how we got this. Oh, you're welcome, Habib. All right. So to the second question, that second question, I love it. Why are some cells green without numbers in them? Brilliant question as well. Okay, the reason is because Excel understands that there's, see, if you have empty cell, it's the same as saying 0 because there's nothing there. And 0 is less than 100. So that's why it's, do you understand? That's why it's colored them. Excel understands that, okay, there's nothing there. It's the same as 0. And 0 is less than 100. That's why they are also highlighted green. Do you understand? Okay. The next question, please, how can I add the data analysis tab? Now, this is another topic entirely, and we didn't cover that here. That's when you customize your ribbon. I did that myself. Okay, I'm sure you will not find it in your own Microsoft Excel. It's called customize your ribbon. Okay, and that's it's not covered in this topic, but maybe you should just quickly go there. Go to your file, go to file tab, go to options, then go to customize ribbon. Okay, you see this list here. Go to customize ribbon. Okay, so now you see. Okay, so you choose from here. Okay, the ones you want to, to add, just choose it from here. Because of time, we are not covering that. Okay, but this is how you do it. You can choose it. Something. It's going to take time. That's why I'm not going into details. So, but this is the way to do it. So, okay. The other question I can see, is it possible to make graph report from your example? Yes, you can. When you talk about graphs, you have different types of graph or charts in Excel. Okay, you have bar chart, you have histogram, all kinds of charts. You can find them here. For example, if I want to do that, I'll go to the insert tab. Okay, for example, I want to have a bar chart for this data. I'll click inside the table. Okay, Control A. Then I'll go to the insert tab. Then you see all kinds of charts here. Can you see I'll go to the charts. section or the chart subgroup. You have different types of chart. Can you see? So you can choose any one of these. Let's choose this. When you choose it, click on OK. Can you see? This is your this is one example. Sorry. Sorry, where was I? I think I was in just a minute. This thing is hanging. Just a minute, please. Okay, so this was where I was. Now, did you see what I did? I wonder why it. Did you see what I did? So you can choose any other type of. Go to insert. Go to insert. You can choose any other type of chart. Okay, you can choose them here, and I'm going to have different kinds of charts here. I hope you got that. Then another way to summarize another way you can beautifully summarize your data. You can use pivot tables. Pivot table is another powerful tool. Pivot table is going to summarize them, and from pivot table you can have a chart. But we are not covering that here. It's because of the time. So I hope I've answered all the questions. Adewale, I hope I answered your question. Adewale on Olapo. At least I gave you an overview of how to include graphs. Okay, thank you. So let's just move straight to Python. Now, before I start, so that I will not be speaking Greek, it won't be like I'm speaking Greek or German. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Adewale. So it won't be like I'm speaking Greek or German. Now, if you have any experience using Python, we're just going to do Python for about 15-20 minutes, okay? You see how Python is, we are probably going to, well, because of time, I would have shown you how to download Jupyter, or you download Python, but that's going to take time, okay? But I'll just, tell you, what to do so that you can just practice that on your own. Okay, so if you have experience using Python before, type yes. If you don't have experience, type no. So I'll know, where to start. I'm just going to do the basics anyway. So if you have experience using Python, type yes. If you don't have any experience, type no. Thank you. Okay. 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 I'm seeing just 4 responses here. What about the others? I want to see all your responses, please. Okay. All right. I've seen 5 responses. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 responses from remaining 3 responses. All right. So I think majority don't have Python experience. Now, first and foremost, I want to tell you not to be scared. Okay. I started learning, funny enough, I started learning Python. I started really learning Python that's about 5 years ago, thereabout. Okay, that's just the truth. And over the years, I have built, I have developed my proficiency in Python. Okay, now the reason why I'm going to do Python is basically we want to talk about machine learning. Okay, but machine learning is basically, you know, the algorithms. There's something called algorithms. That's a set of instructions you give to the computer. Okay, it's basically written in Python or R. Let me share my Python screen with you. Um, okay, all right. Um, okay, so don't be scared. Okay, programming language is just a language that the computer understands. There's different types of programming language. Okay, Python is not just it's just that Python is majorly Python and R. There's another program language called, I think you did R some days ago, right? So, okay, so they are the major programming languages used in data science. Why? Because they have you can use them to manipulate data. You can use them for data manipulation, data um, uh, modeling, data extraction, data visualizations. You can use them for machine learning as well. Okay, so now let me just give you a brief description of what machine learning is all about. Machine learning is basically, okay, let me just give you, I'm not going to give you Google definition or Wikipedia definition. Okay, I'm just going to give you a scenario. All right. So, for example, we all learn from the past, right? If you, I'm sure when we're, I have an 8 month old baby. Okay, that is, she's, babies how they behave. She can grab anything. She likes to grab things. Okay, and so she's still learning. Okay, so but as she is now, she's learning very fast. Okay, she has learned, for example, if her grandma carries her, she has learned that her grandma knows how to carry her until she sleeps off. Like today, she was feeling sleepy, and I was carrying her, and she was up. So when her grandma just showed up, she just went to her grandma and she slept off. She had learned that from the past that grandma knows how to carry her. So machine learning is just a way of from like we learn from past experiences. So computers can also learn from past data and do what humans can do in a faster way. For example, I'm sure we all have smartphones and tablets. And have you noticed that, for example, if you go on YouTube, hello, hello, can you all hear me? Okay, Habib, what happened? You disappeared. He's saying hi. So you came back, I guess. All right. So you can hear me. All right. Oh, okay. You didn't disappear. All right. I thought you did. Okay. So now, as I was saying, so machine learning, so you guys, you have smartphones. What have you noticed if you go on YouTube, for example, and you normally go to YouTube probably to watch, I don't know if Telemundo is on YouTube. I don't know. But I think more ladies watch that. I don't know what they see in that Telemundo. I've never, I don't know. Or probably you watch you listen to some songs, particular songs, maybe gospel songs or reggae songs on YouTube regularly. The next time you go to YouTube, you'll see that YouTube will suggest similar songs that you have been listening over time to you. Now that's artificial intelligence. That's machine learning. Machine learning is an aspect of artificial intelligence. Okay, so that's machine learning, and there are different. It's machine learning is not what we can do now, actually. But the tool for using for writing codes in machine learning is Python and R programming language. So I'll just show you a few tricks, about how to use Python, because before you can understand machine learning, you have to understand how to use Python. Okay, we can't go straight to machine learning. And if I start teaching machine learning now, I'm sure some of you will just disappear and say, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, so that's why I'm just explaining to you, okay, what machine learning is all about. So now, for YouTube to suggest, to understand that you have been listening to reggae songs, or you have been watching Telemundo over time, so it will suggest similar movies, similar songs to you, because it has learned from your past what you listen to. That's just an aspect of machine learning. You can also use machine learning for theft, fraud detection. Okay, they use it in banks for fraud detection and all kinds of things. So, but like I said, to understand machine learning, you must understand Python. At least Python for data science, you must understand it. Python is used for many other things. You can use it to build web applications and many other things. But we are interested in Python for data science, because that's the aspect that you use in machine learning. Okay. So now, that's all I'm just going to say about machine learning. Let's look at one or two things about Python. Okay, let's look at one or two things about Python. I will show you one or two things about Python now. So since a lot of you don't have an experience with Python, I'm just going to start from the basics of Python. Okay. I'm just going to start from the basics of Python. I'm sure we have been able to establish that Python is a programming language, not Python snake anyway. Sometimes some of these books, you see the Python snake, like that. And I wonder why they named it Python anyway. But let's go on. Okay, so let me just go to now. You see, now if you now want to write codes, there are different. There's something called text editors. Okay, or you can even use command prompt to write codes. Okay, so you don't just write codes. There are specialized text editors that you need to write Python codes. We have so many of them. We have Sublime text. We have, like I said, the command prompt is quite. We have there's another one. We have Atom. We have another one. I don't remember. There's so many of them anyway. But there's one that is used that they use. Is a standard for most data scientists. It is called Jupyter. Jupyter is more than a text editor. It's a notebook. Okay, and it can be found inside Anaconda. I'm sure if you opt in for the full course, okay, you are going to understand everything. We'll do the installation with you and all that, but we can't do the installation now. It will take time. Okay, so this is just an introductory class. So for you to have this, what you are seeing, I'm sure you can see my screen. This is the Jupyter notebook. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, this is a Jupyter notebook. I have these notebooks here. Okay, so it helps you to organize your codes. So this is where you write the Python codes. I'm going to explain this code that you are looking at here. Let me just comment this out. I'm going to start fresh. Okay. Just forget everything here, okay? Don't look at it. Let me just start. All right, so now, So to have this Jupyter notebook, you have to install something called Anaconda. You know, Anaconda is a package that has a lot of other applications. This is how the Anaconda looks like. Okay, you have so many things there. Okay, so Jupyter is just one of those things. So when you install this Anaconda, that's after you install the Anaconda, you find the Jupyter in it. It's a notebook to help organize your your codes. Okay, so the basics of Python is what I'm going to teach you today. So I'm sure you will love it. Okay, there's something in Python. There's something called data types. There's something called data types in Python. So everything I'm doing now, don't just is can't do everything today. Data types. Okay, something called data types in Python. We have different types of data types. Okay, number one, we have integer, otherwise known as int. Okay, we have floats. We have another one called, I'm going to give you examples of them. We have another one that is called Boolean. Boolean, otherwise known as bool. Another one we have string. String, otherwise known as str. Don't mind me. str. Okay, so these are the major types of data in Python. Now let's talk about the integer. The integer, let's give an example. I'm sure you know what the integer is. Integer are numbers. Integers are numbers now. You understand? They are numericals, or numerics. 1, 3, 9. You understand what I'm saying? Those are numbers. Okay. All right. Float. Float is also a number. However, it's a different type of number. It's a number with decimals. So in mathematics, it is called decimals, but in Python, it is called float. 2.5, 0.6, 9.9, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's a float. Another thing that we have, another type of data, bool or boolean, is a true or false type of data. Okay, true or false. Okay, so there are some types of, like the one we did in Excel the other time, we chose yes or no. So that's like a boolean. Okay, so there are some data like that you see true or false. It's called boolean. Another type of data in Python is called string. String. Okay, string is their text values. String are text values. Text values, or listen to this very, 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 very closely. They are text values or values. Okay, values that have inverted comma. This is that what you call it? That have this or this. For example, how are you? That's a text value. That's a string because it has this inverted, these quotation marks. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So now those are the types of data types you have in Python. If you understand, say, what should we say again? Say yes, just say yes. If you understand, say yes. You understand what we have just talked about, say yes. In the chat box, say yes, 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 yes. 2 yeses, no, okay, 3 yeses, 4 yeses. Okay, so that is that. There's something also that is known as data structures in, in Python. Data structures. These data structures, it means how you arrange how data is arranged, or how data are arranged in your Python. We have one that is called lists. Lists. We have one that is called tuple. Tuple. We have one that is called dictionary. Not Macmillan dictionary. Dictionary. I wonder why they named the dictionary anyway. So this list is interesting. Python is very interesting. If I don't code in a day, sometimes I don't feel all right. Do you understand? I'm serious. I feel something is missing in my body, or something is missing. Maybe psychologically, I just feel it. It's so sweet. When you start coding and you just enjoy it. Sometimes you sit down and you're just thinking of a particular code. Sometimes when you're coding like that, you will fall into errors. You note some errors and you have to debug it. You have to what is wrong with All right, so let's continue. So list has this type of structure. There's this what do they call this? Okay, this is the type of bracket that I use for list. Not the normal bracket, but the one that looks like square. Well, it's not square anyway, you understand? Then the tuple has a normal bracket. Then the dictionary has this curly bracelets or curly brackets. Okay, so if you put any item here, say 2, 2, 3, 6, 9, you call that a list. If you put 5, 9, 3, 2, you call this a tuple. If you put this, now dictionary is different. Oh God. There's no time. I think we can't do more. But after this, we're just going to write a code, just a simple code, and maybe I'll show you one or two things, and we end the class. We can't continue because so that I don't bust your brain. Dictionary has the type of data in dictionary is called key value pair. Don't worry, you're going to understand. The first time they taught me, I just crammed it. So the next time someone asked, I didn't even understand. Say, what is dictionary? Dictionary has key value pair data, but I didn't understand. you know, in most Nigerian universities, you just cram. So sometimes in exam, you don't talk to anybody. I mean, before exam, you don't talk to anybody so that thing will not scatter from your head. So you just enter the exam and just pour it like you have arranged it in your cerebellum. But you don't understand. All right. So dictionary has the kind of data in dictionary is called key value pair. Now, this is what I mean. For example, let's say age. Okay, the guy is 35. Comma. Height. You see, this data. Remember, if you're writing, you put your quotation marks. Height. Let's say 6.8. Or let's say 7 feet, 7.0. Comma. What else? Net worth. Net worth. net worth. Let's say net worth is how much? $1 million. Let's leave it like that. Okay. And so on and so forth. Okay, let's say car, the type of car the person has. Let's say Range Rover. Range Rover. Okay. So these are the type, this is the type of data you put in a dictionary. The one that has curly bracelet, curly bracket. This is the type of data you put in it. Do you understand? Okay, so if you understand, I like to tell my students to indicate. If you understand, say yes. At least we are dealing with basics of Python. If you understand, say yes. Don't be tired of typing yes. One yes. How many to go? 9 more. Okay, I think 8 more yeses to go. 2 yeses, 3 yeses, 4 yeses. If you don't understand, tell me. Oh, okay, it's not a sin to ask questions. Okay, I can see just 3 yeses here. 4 yeses. All right, let's continue and type. Let's type our first code. The very first code. Okay, I'm sure you must have seen it in books before. Hello world. You can put anything there. Okay, so it's just okay. So let's say now there's something called variable. Let me teach you that one too. It's also part of the business. There's something called variable before we type our text. Before we write our code, there's something called variable. No, I didn't get the spelling. Variable. Variables, is a variable rather. Sorry, is a is a variable is like a box. Is where you put your data inside, or rather, where you put your data in. For example, if you go to the market and you buy a lot of items and they don't put it in nylon bag for you, what do? You tell them, please, can you put it in a bag for me, please? For example, you go to the market to buy yam. You can't just carry yam in your hands. You put the yam in a bag, maybe a bako bag. That bako bag is known as variable. Okay, so in Python, you always we always usually put items or data inside something that is called variable. Okay, so variable can be anything. Variable can be ajanlekoko equals 3. Okay, let's do another variable. Let's use ayamase equals 4. So that means this 3 is the yam. This ajanlekoko is the bag, is the bako bag that you put this 3 inside. Do you understand? So this, if you now want to, let's say I want to add ajanlekoko plus ayamase, I want to add 3 and 4. I'll say, now there are some keywords in Python. There are some words in Python called keywords. Okay, the keywords are the words that come with Python, like print, like in, like or, like, and we have different keywords in Python. Okay, so print is one keyword. Now, when you type print, it will turn to green in Jupyter. So say print, okay, ajanlekoko plus aya mashe. Okay, so print it. So if you click on run, did you see that? Did you see the answer? 7. Did you get that? If you got that, say I got it. Did you get that? Say I got it in the chat box. Say I got it. Good, good, good. Habib is the first comment. Second, good. Kola Oli second. Third, Oni. Sorry, Oni Yuelo. I didn't pronounce that well. Okay, Moses. Thanks for your caps lock, your capital letter. Good, got it. All right, that's fine. Okay, I'm happy everyone is getting it. That's you know. So I hope you understand this. Okay, so let me use let me use uh, simple uh, simple letters. I just showed you that to let you know that you can use anything as a variable. Okay. So let's say this is B, this is A. So if you say run, it will still give you 7. Okay. So in Jupyter, the shortcut for run is Shift Enter. All right. So I'm glad you got that. Another thing you have to know in Python is case sensitive. Okay, it is case sensitive. If because A is A, right? But if I put capital A here, it's going to throw an error. Do you see? It says name error. It will say A is not defined. Guys, the name A is not defined. Okay, because Python does not know, it can only see small letter A here, not capital letter. So if you change it to small letter, it's going to print for you. All right, that's it. Okay, so you can print your name as well. Now, if you want to, this print is the keyword that is used if you want to show an output. Okay, you want to show an output in Python. You use the word print, and that print must be in small letter. I told you Python is case sensitive. If I use big capital letter P, it's going to throw an error. Watch it. You see? Say name error. Name error. Print is not defined. Did you see that? So your print has to be small. These are the little things. Small things in Python does. Okay. So let's print. You can print. Okay. Sorry. I'm sure. I mean, nobody has any text editor here, so you are just following me. Don't worry. Once you sign up for a full course, you see all these things. It's very interesting. Okay, let me print my name. Tolu Lokpe. Okay, so it's going to show me 7 and Tolu Lokpe. Okay, did you see that? Tolu Lokpe is a boy. Okay, all right. So, I think we've had so much time today. I was saying 20 minutes or so, but we just keep going on and on. But these are just okay. Now let me just quickly. Okay, let me do something now. Remember, I taught you data types and data structure, right? Sorry, this will be data types and data structures. Okay, so now if you want to know the type of, okay, who can tell us this 7? What data type is this 7? Who can tell us? The first person to type. What kind of data type is 7? Who will tell us?
Integer.
Clap for yourself. Integer. Or say int. All right. That's good. Int. All right. Or you say int. Okay. What about this? Tolu Lokpe is a boy. What type of data type is it? Who will tell us? Going.
It's a string.
A string. Good. Clap for yourself. Who spoke? Is that Habib?
I did. Moses, yeah,
Okay.
Moses.
All right, Moses. All right. Thank you. All right. No. So another interesting thing here is if you just say, okay, you want to know the type of, let's say, okay, want to know the type of, want to know the type of data in this. So we just do like this, print type. Okay, no, shouldn't be like that. Should be like this. Print type. Uh, type A plus B. Let's see what that is going to give us. Did you see that? Print type A plus B. It says class integer. That's what you call it, class. Class int. That's the type. So if I say the same thing for this print, there's going to be two brackets. The first bracket, you put type inside. The second bracket, you put Tolulope is a boy. So run it, okay? So it says class str, that's a string. All right. So that's how, so what else, what else, what else, what else? Okay. So now let's see another interesting thing here. I want to, good. You know, I didn't prepare this, but just come in. Let's do something else. We want our outcome, okay, to be a Boolean. We want our response to be a Boolean. So let's do something. Let's say is okay coming. Coming. Just watch me, eh? Just watch me. Sorry, that's not. Okay. Throwing in an error. What's it saying? Okay. Oh, sorry, coming. Sometimes you experience that. Okay. Do something. Okay. It's like this. Just a minute. Coming. Oh, I'm doing something else now. This is, but let's us. I just want to show you something. I've, I've gone to the if function in Excel. Okay. Um, okay. Sorry, this is okay. Sorry, let me. All right. Oh, should be sorry. Okay. So now this is another. Uh, this is another thing in Excel. there's a function known as the if function. The if function is, I think it's almost in every programming language. Okay, so sorry, no, okay, so the if function is also in Excel. Now, there's something known as if and else function. I'm going to round up here, because of our time, and I don't want to give you too much, There's something called if and else function in Excel. Now, this is the way to use the if function. If you want to, it's a conditional statement. If you want to know if something is true or false, you use the if function majorly. Okay, so if you want a Boolean type of response, use use a conditional statement, if or else function. Now, we said if A is, this is the greater sign. I hope you know that. This is the greater sign. If A is greater than B, print A. Else, print false. Now, is A greater than B? No. A is not greater than B. A is actually lesser than A. A is actually lesser than B. That's why I printed false. Now, if you want to use the if function, after your statement, you put this colon. Okay? You put the colon. Then when you put the colon, instantly, Python will put an indentation. That's why the print is just under the if. So when you use the if function, if Python discovers that it is not true, then it won't print that thing. It will go to the else and print it. So once you do that, you will now go to the, you now write else. The else will be at the same indentation with if. Okay? So once you write the else, you put colon again. Can you see? And you type print false. So if I change this value now, okay, it's not going to type false. Okay. If B is greater than A, of course it is, print wow. Else, print false. So it's going to print wow for me. Did you see? It printed wow because it is greater than A. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? I want us to stop there. We have time is gone. See, I'm just showing you. Okay. If you understand, just type yes. I'm just showing you different, ways by which you can. Now, this is just the. If you understand, please type yes. Okay, I want you to be sure that you are following. This is just, the basics of Python, and is one of the programming languages that is used for machine learning. Machine learning, I just gave you a scenario, an example or a scenario of machine learning. I can't teach you machine learning now. You cannot understand because it is advanced Python programming that we're going to use to write the algorithms. Okay. There's something called K nearest and neighbor algorithm. It's a type of algorithm that you write. But before that, you have to understand the basics of Python. If you don't understand the basics of Python, you can never understand machine learning. Never. Machine learning with Python now. Okay, so this is just to to introduce you to the world of Python and how it works. Any questions so far in Python? Any question? I think we've used obviously we've used more than 1 hour. We've used about 1 hour 40 something minutes. But with me now, I think we've used over 1 hour. Yeah. So do you have any questions in relation to what we just did? Do you have any questions in relation to what we just did? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? So you're cool with everything everything we did here today. Are you cool with everything? I'm expecting some people to ask questions. I mean, some questions here. There are some things I didn't talk about. And I want you to ask the question. Hmm? Oh, okay. Did I stop sharing my screen? Sorry about that. I wonder what I'm clicking on. Sorry. Okay. So I'm expecting some questions there, but nobody's asking. Hmm? Do you all understand? Or you want me to ask questions?
I don't have any questions.
All right. All right. So you understand everything. Thank you. Okay, let me ask a question. Now, what is this hash? Why is it that okay, let me do something now. Let me do something. Let me remove this hash. Bam. And let me try to print these things. It's going to throw an error and say variable is not defined or invalid syntax. Can you see? It's showing invalid syntax, variable. He doesn't understand what that variable means. But if I put that sign and I click run again, it printed the output. Why do you think it's that? Hmm?
Let me try. I think, okay, it said syntax error. That means that for every command you give, that $sign, sorry, that hash sign is supposed to go with it. It's like a rule that controls the language of the program. I hope I'm right.
You know, I like your reasoning. I like your reasoning. Well, not actually, but I like the way you reason. I like the way you reason, but not quite actually. So you see, this hash sign is if you want to comment. It's called is used to comment in. You see, if I remove all these things, all this hash, you notice that as I was writing all these things, I was putting hash because I don't want it to interfere with my codes. As this Python is now, it can only recognize from here those ones that doesn't have hash. Okay, it can only recognize it. So I put hash there because I don't want Python to think, I don't want it to run it. So this hash is put, for example, if you want to explain your code to somebody, you want them to understand why and what this code means. That's when you use this, you comment on it using this this symbol, hash. You understand? So if I remove this symbol now, this integer, it's going to give me an error. Okay, if I try to run it, because it doesn't understand integer, say invalid syntax, integer. So meanwhile, that's why when you're writing codes, make sure that there is, you don't mistakenly just write anything that Python will not understand. So that hash sign is used to write comments on your code, on your code editor, for other people to understand what you are writing, or if you want to make comments, for reference later. Do you understand? Do you understand now?
Yes, I understand.
All right. But I like the way you reason. You reason very fast. And all right. So, I think in the absence of any other question, I would have shown you visualization.
Yeah, I have a question now.
Okay.
Okay, if I how do I get this Python stuff? so that I
okay.
can practice maybe what we've done today.
All right, that's fine. Now, just there are two things you are going to do. Okay, you will go to just Google Python. You download Python on your laptop. Okay. Once you download Python on your laptop, you follow the instructions. You see the instructions on just Python download. Follow the instructions, and once you download your Python, you will now also Google Anaconda. This is Anaconda. Okay. Okay, can you see this? This is Anaconda. This is how it looks like. So just Google Anaconda. Anaconda is very heavy. I think it's I don't know how. I think it's over 1 gig or so. So Google Anaconda, follow the instructions, download it. Once you are done downloading Anaconda, you are going to have this interface. Okay, so just come to Jupyter and click launch. Okay. Alternatively, you can download. The first thing you must download is Python, so that your laptop will understand that you have Python. So you can also alternatively download Sublime Text. Sublime Text, this is how it looks like. Okay, this is how Sublime Text looks like. It's also a code editor or text editor. Okay, these are my past codes written. So you can download it, but if you have any problems downloading, just, you can reach out to us. We can always guide you on how to do that. Okay, if you have any problems when you're downloading. All right. Okay, thank you. I would have shown you how to do data visualization in Python, but to be honest, that's going to be a total injustice to your is it medulla oblongata now, or your cerebellum. You are not, because that's a little, is a bit higher, is a bit advanced. You have to import data and all those ones, they have codes. Okay, they have codes. That's when we are not talking about data analysis. Okay. Please come. Oh my God. He asked a question if you can get the recording. Just a minute, please. Just a minute. Just a minute. I will answer your question. Okay. So people are asking if they can get the recorded version. I think so. I'm coming. So I'll answer that question shortly, but any other question? Do you have any other question? I have two people. Thank you. Yes, after this class, you will have the recorded version. It is being recorded. Okay, thank you. All right, do you have any other questions as we round up this session? Any other question as we round off this session? Okay. In the absence of questions, I want to say thank you very much for coming to class. and for staying all through. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you enjoyed this class, can you please type yes? I want to be happy. I want to be encouraged.
Yes, thank you. I enjoyed your class.
Oh, thank you.
You're very interactive and you're a teacher, actually.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm also a lecturer in a polytechnic.
No offense to Larry, he's a lecturer.
You said?
I said your colleague is a lecturer. You are a teacher.
Oh.
No offense, but it's good.
No, we both teach. Actually, thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you. So we're going to send you. We have your data, so we will send you further instructions if you want to further do this course. Okay, we have a package for you. We take you through the step. We take you through step by step. Any questions you have, and you ask. You are going to understand. Within few months, you become a data scientist with Python. You can become a machine learning expert within few months. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. This is how you upgrade your skills. I told you of, how I get, contract with multinationals as a result of skills like this. Okay, so if you want to, it's a way of increasing your value. And when you increase your value, your pocket will swell up. You understand? You get contracts. Multinationals will, when they see your CV and they see these skills on CV, they will call you. You get paid in dollars. I've been paid in dollars, before. Because of these skills. So, and I still get paid in naira and dollars. So that's just it. So God bless you. Thank you for attending the class. Thank you. Larry, okay. I think that, okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. You need to make me the host so that I can share.
Okay. All right.
So I hope we've really enjoyed today's session with the prof himself. I hope you learned one or two things today from the first time we started with Excel to this very moment of Python. All right, so today is the last day, and it's also the end of the training. Okay, you need to make me the host. So
okay.
Yeah, you need to make me back the host so I can share screen. So as I was saying, we've done a lot this week. Some of us came on the first day, some didn't come. So we've really covered a lot, and data science is a journey. Like I do tell people, it's not really a destination. You learn day by day. You learn in bits and pieces. You learn, but the bottom line is having the skill sets that can make you a data scientist. That is when they can call you a data scientist or a data analyst or whatever. So if you want to learn more, then you might need to sign up for any of our courses or any of our programs. We have different packages that you can learn from, and we have tutors that are experts in that field that will take you through the various steps, hold you by the hand and take you through the various steps to become your journey of data science. So the videos will be available. If you want to learn more, you can send us a mail. I'm sure a lot of us have gotten our mail. Or if you want to get a coaching of, okay, which one should I do? Which one should I focus on? Which one should I not do? Then you can send us a mail, and you can visit our website or look at the courses we offer there on our website. Our website is www.sg, let me just type it for you here. I think a lot of us know our website. .sgdatanet.ng. That is our website. So you can get to see all our courses that we offer there. And you have our email if you want us to advise you on what skill sets. I've written a lot of skill sets here. You can send us a mail or just call me on this number 0808 2263768. That's our WhatsApp number, and that is our website. Or you can send a mail, just like you've gotten our email showing you the notification of the meeting. That's our email at gmail.com. Southgate Datanet at gmail.com. We can actually not cover everything in 1 week, as Tolu has said, but we can continue the conversation. So if you can send me a WhatsApp on this number, I will know you and add you to our WhatsApp group, because we have a WhatsApp group where our free training still goes on, so that you will be in the loop of send me a WhatsApp on that number, or send a mail that you would like to join our WhatsApp group, so that you keep learning. And if you want to know more about all these courses or have more understanding and coaching on which one should you do or which one should you focus on, because the skill sets are much, we'll be able to know where you work and see how you can apply it to your industry. Thank you very much. It's been nice meeting all of you. It's been very wonderful meeting all of you. It's been our pleasure, and we hope you really learned one or two things in the course of the class. Do we have any question? Does anybody have question? Whether not about our trainings, about what we've done this week, or anything at all? You can just signify, then you can unmute yourself. Does anybody have questions? All right, so that means there is no question. So we are going to end the meeting now. Thank you so much for participating. Till we come your way again, have a wonderful evening, and bye for now.